How's it going, everybody? Jared back again, and it's Thursday. Time for some games. Alright, so first up, we've got Team Awesome. This game has been downloaded, I think, close to 5 million times so far, and it's got some wicked ratings in the Play Store. For good reason. Not only is it free, the graphics are really great, and it's a lot of fun to play, and it's very simplistic. So as you can see here, I've actually played quite a few levels. I believe there's, actually, they're not levels, they're episodes, but I believe there's about 40 episodes in total, with the promise of more episodes to come soon. So I'm going to go ahead and just click play here, and you'll notice there's actually a bit of a backstory, and it's actually quite a bit of fun when you first launch the game. And also before each level, it gives you these different sort of objectives that you need to complete in order to kind of get those 3-star rankings by the end of the level. So in this particular one, it's collect 100 coins, stop 2 car thieves, and bash aside 10 hazard barriers. So we'll go ahead and press start. Now the basic controls of this is just tap to jump and press and hold to soar through the air. So we're going here, we're going to go ahead and break through this wall. And there's one barrier that we've smashed through. I'm going to go ahead and soar through the air to collect those coins. And there goes one car thief. Now you'll notice in the top left-hand corner here, there's sort of a time meter. And in order to continue or to sort of prolong that time meter, you want to get those little blue crystals, which are called, I believe, Awesominium or something like that. Now you want to be careful at the same time not to touch those red crystals there. Otherwise, it actually kind of hits you back and starts... Some of them are almost unavoidable at times. You want to be careful, otherwise it starts taking away from your time. As well as these little air vents there. Sometimes they can be a good thing, sometimes they can be a bad thing, because you might want to, try and grab those different objectives, and that makes you miss the blue crystals, and as such, you start running out of time. You may not meet those objectives. So the game's a lot of fun, and each particular different episode has different things to do. The maps change a little bit, but as you can see, it's really simplistic, some really great graphics, lots of fun to play. I mean, you can play this over and over and over again. Anyways, guys, that is Team Awesome free in the Play Store. I'll be posting a link in the description for you guys to go download that. Alright, next up we have Commando Final Battle. Now, just so you're aware, before we jump into this, the graphics suck, and so does the sound effects. But that's okay, because the replayability and the addictiveness of this game is through the roof. You've got your health meter in the top left-hand corner, which is actually the health of the barricade that you're behind. Now, you've got 2 different weapons you can use here. You've got your air-fueled sort of machine gun here, as well as this... grenade launcher, and the longer you press on the grenade launcher, the farther the grenades will shoot, and so on. Now there's bosses that will come out, which is basically tanks, and some tanks are a little bit sturdier than others. Now on the right hand bar here, we've actually got some different abilities. So for instance, I can go ahead and throw down some different mines if it'll allow me to do so, and as they start coming towards me, the guys will start blowing up. We also have things like, I'll wait for this crew to get a little bit closer, and then I'll use this one here. Boom, right? And we've got this little Tesla coil, which will also electrocute them and stuff like that. Now, you can upgrade all of these different abilities, and the simplicity of upgrading them is just awesome, which I can really, really appreciate. So it doesn't make it very hard to upgrade, say, for instance, the speed, the fire rate, and the power of your little air-powered machine gun here, as well as the grenade launcher. So we're going to go ahead, and what I'll do is pause this here, and I'm going to jump into the store. And this is where we can start upgrading things. So you can actually upgrade the amount of health that particular barrier has. You can also upgrade the amount of special abilities that you can use during one particular level. And each particular level, it, refreshes the special abilities bar there. Here's the air gun, which, as you can see, I've actually upgraded quite a few times, and if I want to upgrade it anymore, it's going to cost me $1,200. Now, there's coins and cash that you use. So each particular one, as an example, this one's just using cash at the moment, but if I wanted to upgrade some of the different special abilities, it actually uses the coins. So you want to be careful and try and conserve the in-game cash that you start earning. But it's awesome. The game is free. Right off the bat, you guys are going to think to yourself, this is not a game I'm interested in, but give it a chance. Give it about 5 to 6 levels and start upgrading the air gun right away. I recommend upgrading the firing rate first, and you guys will start having a lot of fun, especially once you kind of figure out all the different special abilities. This game is a big winner in my books, especially considering the lack of graphics and sound effects that it comes with. Anyways, guys, that is Commando Final Battle, free in the Play Store. Of course, like always, a link to that will be in the description below. All right, and last up we have Gravity Guy. This game was really well made. The options menu looks absolutely phenomenal. There is a bit of a multiplayer aspect to it, as you'll see on this next screen here. However, it's not your average multiplayer. It's not like internet multiplayer. I would suggest that if you're going to take advantage of the multiplayer mode, you use it on a tablet, because it's kind of like for 4 players, or up to 4 players it is. You could have 2 if you wanted to, but it's basically up to 4 people all at one time playing with their own dudes on the same screen. So it's not like you could have, Wi-Fi connection or local connections, and or a LAN connection, if you will. I'm sorry. So we're going to go ahead and just jump into the story now. This game is addicting, and it is difficult right off the bat. So we'll wait for this level to load. You'll notice that because this is the free version, that is, they've got these sort of sneaky advertisements on the left-hand side that just kind of stay there of what appears to be all the time. So you want to be careful of those. As you can see, we're in the game now, and it stays there. So what you're doing here is, like it said in the the title of the game, it's Gravity, and this little guy behind me is chasing me. So basically, you're wanting to tap the screen to switch up and down, and you got to be careful that you don't let yourself run into those sort of little speed blocks, if you will. Otherwise, they start slowing you down, and then he gets a hold of you. So, as you can see here, again, I'm going to, tapping up and down, switching sides up and down. And, it looks so simple. And again, the premise of the game is so simple, but, oh, man, it is really challenging. Maybe some of you guys are a little bit better than I am, but I've been having a lot of difficulty completing the level. It is just absolutely ridiculous. Now, you'll notice in the top left-hand corner, actually, I'll pause it, top left-hand corner and bottom left-hand corner, those are kind of different special abilities. So you've got the shield up there at the top, which prevents this little dude from, when he catches you, from sort of eliminating you. And then you've got the little snail button down there at the bottom, which just slows things down, right down to a snail's pace, which allows you some more time to sort of get an idea of, the different, whether you want to go, oh, I just messed it up again. Man, I'm terrible at this game. We'll go ahead and hit the snail there, and I'll be able to sort of demonstrate things a little bit better. So there we go. You can see that it slowed it right down for us. Go ahead and switch sides there, because if I didn't, I would have run into that block, and the guy behind me would have caught up to me, and that would have been end game, or at least it would have started me off at the last checkpoint, as it were. So we'll keep going, and from time to time, you'll notice that there'll be these little sort of blocks here. Whoops, he's catching up. There'll be these little blocks that speed you up, and man, it starts to get really difficult there. This is a challenging game. The graphics are phenomenal. Gameplay is phenomenal. Replayability is just awesome. I'm not a huge fan of the multiplayer mode, which I did test out. It's just, I just can't see it being practical with a bunch of people, or even as little as, yourself and one other person. There's that speed up that I was telling you about. I just can't see the multiplayer being as practical with just, more than one person playing it. Anyways, guys, that is Gravity Guy, free from the Play Store. Again, you can see the advertisement on the left-hand side of the display there, which gives you the indication that it is ad-supported. But the game's a lot of fun. I highly recommend you guys check out this one. I'll be posting a link in the description below, like I do for all of these games, for you to download and try them out, and let me know what you think of them in the comments below, if any of you guys have even played any of these before. That's it for this one. Thanks again for watching, guys. As always, if you like this video, shoot me some love by hitting that likes button down below. It helps out the channel big time, helps out the videos big time, lets you know which games you guys like, which games you don't like. If you want to stay up to date on all my videos, you can either subscribe or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Those links can also be found in the description below, like everything else. Until next time, guys, we'll see you. Cheers.